Here's a song with a very easy chorus. The first word is just ooh. Sing along with me. Coming together to celebrate life, shining like stars in a brilliant night sky, here for each other in joy and in pain. Grateful for this family, spiritual community. The love we share is sunshine after rain. All is well when we are together. We're greater, stronger, and all is well. When we're together, it feels like home. Kindred spirits never alone. Let's join voices and sing our song. Music is the food of love, and at this table there's more than enough. In this moment, take a breath and sing along. All is well when we are together. We're greater, stronger, and all is well. All is well when we are together. We're deeper, kinder, and all is well. All is well when we are together. We're greater, stronger, and all is well. All is well when we are together. We're deeper, kinder, and all is well.
Good morning and welcome to this live stream service. I'm Justin Epstein, author of the top-selling book Super You and minister of the Unity Center of New York City. Thank you so much, Sue Riley, for that song, All Is Well. We have Sue Riley with us today, along with John Stringer, who's here with us for the first time. So welcome, John. So I think you're going to enjoy our music today, and the message is hope, the light in the darkness. So let's begin with a song. We're going to sing a song, I Release and I Let Go, which is a fun song and it's very meaningful. And John Stringer is going to lead us in it. So I encourage you to sing along wherever you might be this morning. Here we go.
Thank you so much, Unity Center NYC, for your prayers, your healing energy. Recently had the ankle surgery, as many of you know, and this is a song that I sang to help me get through this first few days of recovery, I invite you to sing on the chorus. I'll start with the intro, and hopefully you'll sing along. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say: I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. In my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. In my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. And I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Said I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. In my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. And I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. And I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, John Stringer. A few community highlights. Just wanted to let you know you can watch the live stream service on 3 platforms. You can watch it on the Unity Center of New York's Facebook page, the website, unitycenternyc.com, or you can watch it on YouTube at Justin Epstein. If you should have any trouble viewing the service on one platform, you can always switch over to a different one because they're all running live at the same time. We would appreciate it if you would like us on Facebook, because that will help us reach more people. And also, when you like us, you will gain access to the latest live stream services on Sundays, and you can also schedule every Friday the upcoming live stream service, so it'll remind you. You'll also receive reminders of the 3 live weekly videos and meditations. On the Facebook page, click Learn More, and it will take you to the Unity Center website. And if you would like to receive notices and information during the week, if you'd like to receive our newsletter, including the weekly inspirational video and what's going on with the Unity Center, just go to the website, unitynyc.com, or click that Learn More button on the Facebook page, and then enter your email, and then you'll begin receiving the weekly newsletter. You can watch the live stream on the YouTube channel as well, Justin Epstein. If you subscribe there, then you'll gain access to a whole library of inspirational, motivational videos. If you miss a live stream or any of the weekly live Facebook videos and meditations, we post them, that we post during the week. They will all be available on our Facebook and YouTube pages for now. We hope you will enjoy them. We'd like to take a moment now to bless our gifts and donations, and we appreciate all those of you who have been supporting our ministry. It's important at this time, and we appreciate that. If you believe in the message that we are bringing into the world of inspiration, of joy, of peace, of love, of harmony, then we appreciate your support of this ministry. We'd like to take a moment to bless your donations and gifts, and at the same time we acknowledge the spiritual principle that as we give, we receive in life. It works in every area of our life. As we give, we open out a way through which more abundance can flow into our life. So with that awareness in mind, let us celebrate the good that's in our life. Let us celebrate the good that's unfolding in our life and give from that sense of abundance. We bless our gifts, knowing that divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. And now we're going to prepare for a guided meditation. A guided meditation is a time where we quiet the mind, relax the body, and turn within. In unity, we believe that God, Spirit, by whatever name we call that presence, is within and expressing as every person, just like the ocean is expressing as the wave. You and I are like waves in the ocean of spirit. At the center of our being, we can connect with the source of all good. So during this guided meditation, we'll take some time to relax and to center our mind, to tune in to that presence. To lead us into that meditation time, we like to sing a song that's kind of quiet and repetitive. We have a different one usually every week. So now Sue Riley is going to lead us in Speak Love, and we invite you to join us in singing that aloud.
Good morning. I'd like to invite you to sing this song with me, and it's got very easy words. Love, love, I speak only love. And here's how it goes. Love, love, I speak only love. Love, love, I speak only love. From the morning's first light to the last star at night, let my words speak only love. Peace, peace, peace. let my words speak only love. Great job.
Thank you, Sue. Let's now sit upright for our guided meditation. Let's take a nice, long, deep breath and send the message to every muscle. Relax and let go. Become aware of your feet, your calves, your thighs, and send the message, relax, relax. Let go and relax. And feel the subtle sensation of your body relaxing. Let your abdomen and stomach relax. Become aware of your arms, your shoulders, your hands and fingers. Sending the message, relax, relax. Relaxing the muscles in your back, the upper, middle, lower. Relaxing the muscles in your chest. Relax and let go. Becoming aware of your neck, relaxing your neck, the front, the back, the sides. Relaxing the muscles in your jaw, your cheeks, your eyes, your whole face, from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. Letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. And now scanning your body again and seeing if there's still any place that needs to relax. You might want to gently tense and relax that part of your body. Sometimes we have challenges fulfilling the term let go and let God. Because when we let go, there might be the feeling of, well, what's there to catch us or to hold us up? And it's important to know that when we let go, we're letting go of trying to control things from the ego, from the humanness. And that when we let go of fear, worries, tension, trying to force things, then we begin to allow the presence to express more fully and completely. That there is a presence, one presence and power, everywhere present, underlying all form. You might call that presence consciousness or presence, source. And as we let go, that presence is there to unfold, to express. So in a way, we're letting go with balance. As we let go, there's a presence to balance it out. So let us let go of that which concerns us. I'm letting go of concerns and fears about my health or the health of others. I'm letting go with balance. I'm letting go of worries about the economy. I'm letting go with balance. I'm letting go of worry about my finances, paying the bills, finding work. I'm letting go of fears about the future with my job. I'm letting go with balance. I'm letting go of worry about loved ones and how they're doing. Or worry about the economy and the coronavirus. I'm letting go of worry because I know that worry is not going to help. I'm letting go with balance. I'm letting go with balance. What is the specific thing that's been concerning you lately? Mentally think to yourself, I'm letting go of, and place in that space the thing that you're concerned about. I'm letting go with balance. I'm letting go with balance. I'm letting go with balance. And as I let go, I trust that the presence can heal, prosper, guide, direct, perform whatever is needed through me, through my loved ones, through others. God is able to heal my body. God is able to open up opportunities for employment. God is able to guide and direct me in meeting my financial responsibilities. God is able. God is able to heal my loved ones. God is able to guide and direct my loved ones and myself in making decisions. What is that unique concern of yours? God is able. In your mind, mentally put in that space your particular concern. God is able to heal me, guide me, help me in every way. God is able. 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 Rest in the stillness now, in the quiet, repeating in your mind, God is able. And wait in the quiet to feel inner peace, inner well-being, to feel the reality of God is able. We bring our awareness now back to the body, back to the room. And we trust that Spirit is guiding us in taking right action. That God is inspiring us at the right and perfect time. That whatever efforts we make are being guided and directed. We trust the activity of Spirit working in our loved ones and friends. And so it is. Amen.
This song is a prayer. I invite you to open your heart, close your eyes. Feel into surrender and gratitude. I wanna say thank you for the way you gently open my eyes. No matter what I do, your love is always coming through. When I look in any situation and I say yes, I say yes, I say yes to your love. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You've created me fearlessly and wonderfully to be your instrument. Use me, I surrender in this moment. Let my body be a temple, let my soul be a vessel. Yes, yes, and I say yes. Father, Mother, I say yes. Surrender, I say yes. I give up everything that keeps me from knowing you and knowing the truth. Sing this, take my hands, take my hands. Do what you will, my voice, take my voice. Do what you will, my all, and take my all. Do what you will, and let your love flow through me. I know you know the plans to prosper me. Give me hope and a future, and I say yes. I surrender, and I say yes.
Ellen talked to her husband, Ray, who was in the hospital with cancer. She said, "How you doing, honey?" He said, "I'm fine." So she got in her car to drive to the hospital. By the time she got there, Ray had died. In the interim, Ray had talked to his doctor. Ray had been in and out of the hospital many times. And this time he asked the doctor, he said, "So when do you think I'm getting out this time?" And the doctor said, I don't think you're going to make it this time. Within 15 minutes, Ray was gone. He had lost all hope. Speaking of hope, hopefully, and I'm sure there are a lot more enlightened doctors in the world than that one. With the study of psychoneuroimmunology, the impact of attitudes and emotions on the physical health and the immune system, with that knowledge, I'm sure there are a lot more doctors who are enlightened. Doctors like Jerome Goodman, who wrote The Anatomy of Hope. When Jerome was just out of medical school at the age of 27, he took a job to assist another doctor, Dr. Richard Keyes, in a rural town outside of LA. And one of the patients that they had was Frances Walker, who came with her daughter, who was a teenager and was a good student and doing well in school and so on. And Frances had stage D cancer in the colon. Well, Dr. Keyes treated her, had her treated with chemotherapy and so on, and the tumor shrunk, and he would make comments like, oh, that's good, the tumor shrunk, and we're going to treat the side effects of the chemo. And he gave the woman what Groupman called pretend hope. Because the bottom line, and they both knew it, is that the best case scenario is that the chemo would help her live another 1 to 2 years of a productive life. Or it wouldn't give her any time. It would just, she'd go through the pain and the trauma of chemo and the other treatments, and it still wouldn't prolong her life. The doctors knew that, but instead of coming out and telling her, they gave her a false sense of hope. And Dr. Keyes thought he was doing the right thing for this lady. He told Groupman, we're not going to just tell her you're going to die because, well, her daughter's trying to get into colleges and she's doing well. And why give them all this worrisome information and knowledge when, who knows, the chemo might help. But they knew that eventually the tumors were going to come back. Probably. So time went on, and one day Frances died. And Groupman was in a room with the teenage daughter, who said to him, Dr. Keyes must have thought that we weren't smart enough or strong enough to handle the truth. And Groupman said, no, that's not why we were saying it. It really wasn't personal to you. We just didn't want you to have to worry about things in the weeks. And the teenager said, well, you were all wrong. Groupman realized and felt guilt, and he felt shame about that. He felt like that's not the way to go, giving someone pretending hope. He writes, we never gave Frances and Sharon the opportunity to choose what to hope for. So he learned that giving someone false hope is not the way to go. Then he got another patient named Claire Allen, who had 2 daughters. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she had a husband, and she was very strong about the news. And he went to the other extreme. Instead of giving her false hope, he just told her the blunt facts. He said, you have about 1 to 2 years to live, even with the chemo. And he thought, she has a right to know. After she passed away, her husband told Groupman that those last 1 to 2 years had a shadow over them, that she constantly thought about she only had 1 to 2 years to live. That was always on her mind, whether she was with her daughters, whether she was reading the novel. She had that cloud of a verdict, like a judge who gives a prisoner a life sentence, a verdict of execution. She had this cloud. And so Grootman realized that that wasn't the way to go either. Just giving the blunt truth. Because then she didn't have any hope. She just accepted and believed what science had told her. And as the famous doctor, Oliver Wendell Holmes, said, you mustn't ever take away hope from another person. So what was he to do? He wasn't trained in how to talk to patients about serious illnesses. He wasn't trained in medical school. Then along came Dr. George Griffin, Harvard professor, chairman of the Department of Pathology, and an expert in stomach cancer, a really beloved man who was a very caring doctor and a very knowledgeable, impressive doctor. The paradox is Dr. Griffin got stomach cancer. And it was the most severe form of stomach cancer. In fact, only 2 to 3% of patients with that kind of cancer would live 6 months. At 9 months, the survival is less than 1%. No one knew better about the malignancy and the prognosis than Dr. Griffin. But what amazed people is Dr. Griffin went with the most aggressive form of treatment. He went with the most aggressive forms of chemotherapy and radiation and whatever he could do. And other doctors in the hospital were like, what are they doing? Why are they doing this? He would have these severe surgeries to address his problem. And even Grootman thought it's pointless. I mean, he's got 1%, 2%, 3%. He might just be ruining his quality of life by getting this treatment. Well, Griffin beat the cancer. He beat the cancer. Why? Because he had some hope. But it was true hope. It wasn't false hope. He knew what his odds were. He knew that it was likely that he was not going to beat this cancer. But he had to try. He had that 1% or that 2% or that 3% opportunity to beat that cancer, and he was going to do his very best. He said, even if I didn't prevail and I didn't expect to, it was my only chance. I deeply wanted to live, so I had to fight. Then I could tell myself that I had tried, that I had done everything possible. There would be no regrets. You see, Dr. Griffin experienced true hope. He knew the odds, but he was going to believe in those odds, and he was going to go for those odds. Dr. Grootman was thinking about Griffin and was deeply impacted by Dr. Griffin and what he did. He really didn't think there was any hope, Grootman. Didn't think there was any hope. He didn't believe in that small percentage. But Griffin did. Griffin believed that he was responsible to some degree, for his fate. Grootman said, the hope to be strong enough not to yield, to have the determination and the fortitude to fight, despite knowing that there was little chance of survival, That was a certain form of hope. The mustering the will to engage the foe and the strength to sustain the battle in themselves became a form of victory. Surrender would be on George's terms, on Dr. Griffin's terms, at a time and place of his choosing. Dr. Grutman says, I realized how clueless I had been. Once I decided to go for it, George continued, I thought of my forebears. They were pioneers who embarked on a journey west that was perilous and uncertain. Most knew they would perish on the way, but they persisted. That's where Dr. Griffin was coming from. He persisted. But not only that, he had faith in God. His wife was a very spiritual woman, and she had an inner knowing that he would survive. And so he said her faith helped keep him going. As a medical doctor, he knew the percentage was small, but at least he knew it. It would have been far better if the other people who he had worked with, the other patients, had known their percentages, had known how serious their condition was, had known what the percentage of possibility for them to survive or not survive would have been. That would have been honest to tell them the statistics, but also to say, but there is a % chance that you can beat this. Well, Dr. Griffin had faith on his side also. And he would frequently read the 23rd Psalm. He would read it before his chemo treatments, during his chemo treatments, and after his chemo treatments. He had the comfort and the encouragement of his faith. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Jerome Grootman learned in his experiences with patients, in his experiences watching those who overcame with the smallest of odds. And in his book, The Anatomy of Hope, he gives several examples of people who had small odds to beat the disease. But because disease is unpredictable, there's always hope. Because treatments can be unpredictable, there's always hope. And of course, with faith, there's always hope. You remember the woman in the scripture who had a flow of blood for 12 years. She saw Jesus walking through a throng of people, and she suddenly had hope. She said, if I could only touch the hem of his garment, I can be healed. And Jesus said to her, woman, your faith has made you well. It was her faith. Wasn't Jesus that made her well? Jesus was a positive influence. Certainly the power and the enlightenment and the faith of Jesus inspired her, but it was her faith that made her well. And it's our belief, it's our attitude, it's our focusing on that little bit of hope and believing in it and having faith in it and believing in Spirit and trusting God's guidance that can give us the determination to keep on keeping on. Michelangelo, the Italian painter, sculptor, architect, and poet, who lived in the 15th century, said, "The greater danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it." Know the difference between false and true hope. Plant the seed of hope. R.P. Ettinger, who is the founder of the Prentice Hall Publishing Company, was a dynamic, brilliant man who was an incredible business person. He presided at meetings with power, energy, and intelligence. Then he got cancer of the throat. They had to remove his larynx, and he could no longer speak. One day, his wife called a minister and said, "R.P. wrote me a note. He wanted me to ask you if you could give him a word of hope." And so the minister called him and gave R.P. these words from Psalm 42:11. "Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God." R.P. Ettinger took those words to heart, and like a tiny seed, they began to grow. He began to have hope that one day he could speak again. And with great determination and with medical science, he regained the ability to speak. Once again, he went to business conferences with energy, with vitality. People asked him, "How did you do it? What was your secret?" He responded, "Hope turned me around." It was a Bible verse and the outreach of his minister that helped inspire him with hope that he could be better, that he could speak again. One thing we can do to help give us hope is to find verses in Scripture that inspire us, to memorize those verses, or to find passages or words in inspirational books or talks or messages that inspire us, and to memorize them, to write them down, to put them on our phones. You can set your alarm so that at every hour or a certain time during the day, this inspirational verse or phrase will pop up. You can put them in different places of your home, on your refrigerator, on your computer. You can get posters with inspiring phrases on them or pictures that inspire you. Put them around your house. Do things that will plant seeds of hope in your consciousness. Trust that the tide always comes back. A business person was in a store and she saw a picture. It was a picture of a rowboat. Actually, it was 3 or 4 times bigger than a normal rowboat, and it was beached. The tide had gone out. And she thought to herself, there's nothing more desolate or hopeless than a beached boat that you can't push and you can't pull back into the water. It's just hopeless. And yet, at the bottom of the picture was a saying, the tide always comes back. And she decided to take that picture, frame it, and she put it in a prominent part of her office, so that at those times where she feels discouraged, at those times where she doesn't have a lot of hope, she can look up at that beached boat, that desolate scene, and read those words. The tide always comes back. What is the situation that you face that leaves you feeling fearful? That leaves you feeling discouraged? That leaves you feeling hopeless? Remember, the tide always comes back. The tide of the omnipresence of consciousness, of spirit, that is available, that can lift you like the ocean water lifting that desolate boat off the beach to once again be doing what it was created to do. The tide always comes back. I recently put a quote out there on Facebook and a website that many people have been inspired by, which basically is saying the same thing, that the tide always comes back. It's everything is working together for good because God is in charge. Everything is working together for good because God is in charge. What is your challenge? What is it that's happening that frightens you? What is it that's happening that's just discouraging you? Know within yourself, everything. Now think about that word, everything. The world situation, the COVID situation, the challenges of finding a cure, the challenges of anything going on, the economy, the job market, relationship challenges, whatever you're facing, everything is working together for good because God is in charge. That's when we are trusting that presence, when we are turning to that presence, when we are sowing seeds of hope, when we are affirming and expecting Spirit to unfold in our life, we're attuning ourselves with that activity of God that works everything together for good in our life because God is in charge. Know the difference between false and true hope. Plant the seed of hope. Trust that the tide always comes back. Oliver Goldsmith in The Traveler wrote, "Hope, like the gleaming taper's light, adorns and cheers our way, and still, as darker grows the night, emits a brighter ray." Hope, the light in the darkness. Be open to that ray of hope. Have faith in it. Believe in it. God bless you.
Sweeping up my own side of the street, clearing out the clutter, pulling up the weeds, finding out it's quite enough, just taking care of my own stuff. I'm sweeping up my own side of the street, tending my own garden every day, taking time to stop and smell the roses on the way, planting what I want to see, pruning what's not serving me, and I'm tending my own garden every day. And I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Every step I take just moves me closer to my dreams. Your grass might be a brighter green, that's for you and not for me, 'cause I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. gonna be the one to cast a stone.
I won't cast a stone.
Won't point a finger at your faults, I got plenty of my own. It's when I toss that judgment thing, it comes back like a boomerang. Not gonna be the one to cast a stone. I'm sweeping up my own side of the street, clearing out the clutter. You know I'm pulling up the weeds, finding out it's quite enough, just taking care of my own stuff. I'm sweeping up my own side of the street, 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 sweeping up my own side of the street.
Thank you, Sue Riley. Sweeping up my side of the street. Yes, indeed. We've got to take care of our stuff. That's what makes the difference, right? Thank you, Sue Riley, for being with us. And thank you, John Stringer. You all brought some real energy and enthusiasm and upliftment to our service today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Now, I see you going forth as the spiritual being that you are, with faith, with confidence. I see you relying on that presence and activity of God working through you, knowing that no matter what situation you face, there is always hope because there is God. Spirit is present. Consciousness is present. Have faith. Let that presence unfold in your life and know that everything is working together for you because Spirit is in charge. Amen. Please join me in affirming the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yea, God. And yea, you, because it takes your consciousness to be aware of that presence and to provide that avenue through which Spirit can express. Now we're going to sing the peace song, affirming the only place that peace can be, and that's to begin with you. Let's all sing, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me." Thanks again for being with us for this live stream service, and we will see you next time.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God. My joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you for joining us for a Sunday service. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more services as they go live. Click above for a list of previous services on a variety of topics. We look forward to seeing you again soon.